Worth talking then now, going to Stoke and talking to Labour's Ruth Smeeth. First of all, your exit poll is, the exit poll is suggesting that you're going to be in a bit of trouble, Ruth Smeeth. I mean, do you see it that way? It seems it could be.
Oh no, I've definitely lost.
Well, very frank of you. Thank you very much indeed for confirming that. That makes it then a grim night personally and a really grim night for the party.
This is, never mind the party, this is an appalling night for my constituents and it's an appalling night for the country. And the Labour Party has huge questions to answer by, first of all, having this general election when they were so ill prepared for it, but then having this option available to the country, having this platform, having this leadership, and allowing this devastation that hit all of our communities. This is an appalling, heartbreaking night for the Labour Party, but I'm much more worried about now what happens to my constituents. Indeed.
Well, you say more or less that the Labour Party's let them down. Where does the finger point first of all?
Jeremy Corbyn.
Has he got to go?
Jeremy Corbyn should announce that he's resigning as leader of the Labour Party from his count today.
I think he should have gone a while back.
He should have gone, and he should have gone many months ago. I was the parliamentary chair of the Jewish Labour movement. We passed a vote of no confidence in him in April. There is absolutely no justification for why he's still there, and his personal actions have delivered this result for my constituents and for swathes of the country overnight.
Well, you're more or less saying the guilty man. What about this issue of dealing with anti-Semitism in the Labour Party? I mean, do you see, there was so much talk about it, but we never really seem to see any evidence of solid disciplinary action being taken.
Yeah. Well, I think it's very clear that when someone says I haven't got human blood and they're not even suspended from the Labour Party, when someone says vile misogynistic things about people like me and others, words that I wouldn't use on Sky TV, and they are not expelled from the Labour Party, suggests that we have a problem. And I don't care what Jeremy Corbyn and Jenny Formby have said about anti-Semitism in the Labour Party and how they've dealt with it. They simply have not.
And in terms of anti-Semitism, that was, you know, the internal party processes. How did that play from your perspective in this general election? Was it raised with you as an example of one of the faults of the leadership?
Jeremy Corbyn's actions on anti-Semitism have made us the nasty party. We are the racist party. And when you've got a leader, a prime minister, that has said such vile Islamophobic comments, and we're the racist party because of the actions of my leader, the lack of actions of it, and who he's associated with and his friends are, then we have a real problem. The Labour Party now needs to be detoxified. We need to move on, and we need to make sure that this culture is destroyed within the Labour Party, that racism has no place, that there is no hierarchy of racism, and that everybody makes it clear that Jews have a safe space in the Labour Party, because quite frankly they don't at the moment.
You've got the recipe there. Do you see any prospect of it actually happening, given who's in control of the party apparatus? I'm sorry, Ruth Smeeth, hopefully we would be able to continue that, but they're declaring in cities of London and Westminster